Area 51, America's secret base. It is said to be a place for UFO, alien, and secret technology research. Many stories have leaked, and people have even tried to break in to discover the secret. Deep in the Nevada desert, surrounded by miles of arid landscapes, guarded perimeters, and a long history rippling with intrigue, lies a place that has captured the imaginations of the world. Area 51. Known as America's most secretive military base, it resides on the dry bed of Groom Lake, where the boundaries of fact, speculation, and government secrecy dissolve into legend. Its very name is a beacon for stories about UFOs, aliens, and futuristic technology hidden from public view. Since its existence was first acknowledged, Area 51 has drawn everyone from conspiracy theorists and extraterrestrial enthusiasts to serious researchers and Hollywood storytellers. What is it about this mysterious base that fuels such endless fascination? To understand Area 51's mystique, one must start with its origins. Established in the 1950s during the height of the Cold War, the base was designed as a testing ground for cutting-edge aircraft technology, a place so hidden from the world that even its most astounding secrets could remain safely out of public eye. Its very remoteness, hundreds of miles from the nearest city, and protected by a perimeter bristling with security, seems calculated to stir curiosity. The dry lake bed provided ideal conditions for testing new jets, and the clear skies allowed for operations with minimal interference. Yet, it's not secret jets alone that have given Area 51 its iconic status in the annals of mystery. Shortly after its establishment, tales began to swirl in the winds of the Nevada desert. Unexplained lights darting across the sky, experimental aircraft zipping by at unimaginable speeds, whispers of technology that seemed not of this earth. Some suggested the government was working not only with advanced human innovations, but with objects and beings recovered from the stars. Most notably, rumors tied Area 51 to the infamous Roswell incident, in which an alleged UFO crashed in New Mexico in 1947. For decades, fervent believers pointed to the base as the destination for the debris and, possibly, extraterrestrial occupants recovered from the crash site. As the Cold War deepened and secrecy around the base intensified, so too did suspicions that something otherworldly was in play. The government's refusal to formally acknowledge Area 51's existence for many years only served to inflate the myth. Satellite imagery was long forbidden, and those who worked at the base or visited its restricted airspace were required to sign strict confidentiality agreements. The base, surrounded by warning signs and patrols, became a symbol of the unknown, a blank canvas onto which the public projected their wildest theories. Throughout the decades, witnesses cited strange phenomena in the undulating night skies of Nevada. Some were likely the U-2 and SR-71 Blackbird spy planes, technological marvels designed and tested at Area 51, capable of flying at altitudes and speeds previously thought impossible. To civilian eyes, these craft resembled nothing so much as flying saucers. Employees and guards at the base, shrouded in anonymity and forbidden from speaking about their work, added to the legend just by their silence. Yet for many, these explanations were insufficient. The stories only grew more elaborate. Some claimed the base housed captured alien spacecraft, kept in hangars for secret analysis and reverse engineering. Others painted vivid scenes of otherworldly beings, alive or otherwise, subjected to government study. Tales of clandestine tunnels and underground bunkers became common, and a notion persisted that Area 51 was a gateway to a far larger web of government facilities and secret projects across the American Southwest. Area 51's place in popular culture soon became cemented. Countless books, documentaries, and movies used its reputation as a springboard for stories about the unknown. Hollywood blockbusters imagined entire fleets of alien craft stored beneath its runways, while science fiction television series depicted heroes and villains alike, probing the base's depths for answers that never quite came. Assorted theories suggested that Area 51's most secret projects involved weather control experiments, time travel, or portals to other dimensions. But not all the attention has been fictional. From time to time, civilians have attempted to pierce the veil themselves. The base's main entrance, marked by warning signs that declare the use of deadly force, has become a pilgrimage site for the curious and the committed. Few have succeeded in even getting close to the secrets within. Most are stopped by security before they can come anywhere near. In one famous episode, an online campaign encouraged people to storm Area 51 in hopes of seeing them aliens. While the event ultimately turned into a playful gathering of people celebrating the myths, it underscored just how deeply Area 51 has entrenched itself in the public consciousness. But what truths, if any, lie behind the rumors? Former employees and investigators have provided a different perspective, describing Area 51 not as a repository for alien artifacts, but as a critical hub for testing the technology of tomorrow. It was here that new generations of spy planes and drones first took to the sky, their existence hidden under the same veil of secrecy that bred the alien legends. The need for such secrecy is understandable, given the international stakes. If rival nations knew what the United States was developing, it could have put national security at risk. In recent years, the U.S. government has taken small steps toward transparency, officially acknowledging the base's location and its history as a site for experimental craft. Declassified documents reveal a long string of remarkable technological advancements: the U-2, the SR-1, the F-17 Nighthawk stealth fighter, and a number of unmanned aerial vehicles, each of which seemed to defy the limits of their eras. Their development required extreme secrecy, not only to keep pace with adversaries, but also to protect the lives of those working on the projects. Nevertheless, the more the authorities try to explain, the more the mystique lingers. Even now, satellite images reveal only a sprawling patchwork of runways, hangars, and infrastructure nestled at the edge of Groom Lake. The presence of heavy security, radar towers, and remote sensors continues to project an aura of extreme importance. The base serves as a kind of physical embodiment of a question mark, an official secret amid a mostly open land. The mythology surrounding Area 51 has almost become a kind of modern folklore, blending real technological leaps with boundless imagination. The stories act as a reflection of cultural anxieties and hopes, expressing wonder at what human minds, or perhaps alien minds, might achieve if freed from the limitations of current knowledge. At the same time, they tap into a deep skepticism about authority, secrecy, and the limits of official explanations. Many who have researched the subject suggest that Area 51's allure can be traced as much to its climate of secrecy as to the incredible feats that have genuinely taken place there. In an age where nearly everything is subject to instant examination and revelation, places that resist scrutiny are all the more fascinating. Every new restricted zone, each official no comment, serves to renew people's sense that something extraordinary must be sheltered behind those guarded gates. Over the years, a colorful community of observers has sprung up just outside the restricted areas. Armed with cameras, telescopes, and radio scanners, they watch for any hint of unusual activity or departing aircraft. They exchange sightings and stories, feeding a collective sense of anticipation. The spot known as Freedom Ridge and other nearby high points have become unofficial observation posts, drawing enthusiasts from around the globe. Every flicker of light or unexplained movement becomes the nucleus for new theories and stories. Despite the efforts of enthusiasts, Area 51 remains an enigma. A few have managed to photograph unusual contrails, and observers sometimes capture glimpses of experimental aircraft in flight, but the heart of the base remains off-limits. The government's silence on current activities only sharpens the sense that the most important secrets have yet to be revealed. Yet, the enduring obsession with Area 51 invites a broader reflection about the nature of secrets and the power of imagination in modern society. The base stands as a symbol for all the things we do not know, and the lengths to which some will go to safeguard knowledge deemed too important or too strange for the world at large. Is it any wonder, then, that the possibility of contact with extraterrestrials, one of humanity's deepest and most persistent dreams, finds a home in its lore? For some, the stories compensate for deep questions about humanity's place in the cosmos. The notion that another civilization has visited Earth and left its mark in the Nevada desert offers a tantalizing solution to the age-old problem of cosmic loneliness. Others find in the tales a more cautionary lesson about power, secrecy, and the need for openness in a democratic society. Whatever the truth behind its silent runways, Area 51 endures as a paradox. Its very real contributions to American military might are undeniable, having advanced the frontiers of stealth, flight, and surveillance. Yet these are only the literal achievements. In another sense, its greatest legacy may be the stories it has inspired, stories that straddle the boundary between science fiction and reality, and that speak volumes about the hopes, fears, and limitless imagination of those who tell them. The boundaries of the base run not merely along fences and warning signs, but through the ever-churning imagination of the public. News stories occasionally surface about strange lights, odd weather phenomena, and unexplained artifacts that appear in nearby towns. Locals both exploit and scoff at the legends, selling alien-themed souvenirs to tourists, even as they trade knowing smiles about what is and isn't really going on just over the horizon. In recent years, Area 51 has even become the subject of playful internet memes, with legions of people joking about raiding the facility in search of aliens or fantastic technology. The event known as Storm Area 51, They Can't Stop All of Us, was born from such internet mischief. Though it was never intended to be taken literally, the event inspired a surge of visitors to the region, further solidifying the base's place in pop culture. News crews, curious travelers, and local entrepreneurs all gathered around the edges of secrecy, hoping for a glimpse, or at least a good story. For serious researchers, Area 51 offers a cautionary tale about the intersection of fact and folklore. On one hand, it highlights the necessity of secrecy in national defense, and the very real dangers posed by enemies discovering advanced technologies prematurely. On the other, it raises questions about government transparency and public trust. When information is withheld, the imagination quickly fills in the gaps, sometimes with wild tales, and sometimes with important questions about the boundaries of official power. Perhaps part of what draws people to Area 51 is the underlying sense that, somewhere in the universe, the boundaries between science and legend are meant to blur. After all, so much of what was once the stuff of dreams, flight, space travel, the harnessing of nuclear power, is now routine. The idea that somewhere, shrouded from view, scientists and engineers are laboring over the next astonishing leap forward is not only plausible, but almost a given. For every era has its secrets, and every civilization its locked doors. So, while the reality of Area 51 may ultimately be grounded in the earthly ambitions of military technology, the legends that have accreted around its name will likely never dissolve. Where there is secrecy, there is always the possibility of something more, something alien, something futuristic, something just beyond the horizon of our knowing. The landscapes surrounding the base, with their endless skies and silent mountains, seem almost tailored to enhance its reputation. In the play of moonlight across deserted runways, in the eerie quiet broken only by the distant rumble of engines, it is easy to imagine anything and everything hiding just out of sight. Perhaps that, more than any single theory or leaked document, is the true secret of Area 51. It invites all who hear of it to look up at the stars and wonder what else is waiting to be discovered. As with all great mysteries, the secret may not lie in the facts themselves, but in the quest to uncover them. In this way, Area 51 serves as a microcosm of humanity's enduring curiosity. We are drawn to the unknown, compelled to explore, to question, to dream. Whether the base houses unknown visitors from beyond the stars, or merely the fruits of earthly ingenuity, its purpose in our collective story seems secure. In the end, Area 51 is not just a place on a map, but a symbol of secrecy and innovation, of awe and skepticism, of the innate human need to reach beyond what is known. Every generation retells its stories, revises its legends, and adds to the drift of possibilities. And so, in the shimmering heat of the Nevada desert, the greatest American secret base nestles not just behind its protected fences, but in the timeless expanse between shadow and light, knowledge and mystery. And as long as people tilt their heads to the night sky and wonder, Area 51 will remain a beacon for dreamers and questioners everywhere, a living testament to the power and persistence of the unknown.